This woman is so stupid, she makes my brain hurt. So I listened to this interview between Trevor Noah, who is a famous comedian, South African comedian now living in the US, and a certain BBC journalist, and she was so irritating. She was so stupid. I don't think I've heard anyone as impervious to common sense, or anyone as impervious to humor as this woman was. So let's get into the conversation.
Racial observations have very much formed, at least in the early stages, the backbone of your stand-up comedy career. Do you now regret some of the jokes you made? Let me give you an example. You said, my mother, black South African, was saying, get me a white guy.
Why should people regret the jokes that they get to make? What is comedy in the first place? So why would someone make a joke and then go back? So when you were conceptualizing that joke, you had a very specific purpose in mind. You had, because you understood that that joke was going to work because it was funny and people react to it. And in the light of maybe developments later in the future, people are supposed to start apologizing for the jokes that they did in the past.
Get me a white guy. Well, my father was white Swiss. Of course, he liked chocolate.
That sounds funny to me, even when you say it. That sounded really funny. Why would I regret that?
Why would you regret that? Because some people say that's not really very funny.
But the people laugh. Everyone can.
Anyone who says that is not funny can go F themselves. If you say that is not funny, well, good for you. Probably you have a very shitty sense of humor, but some other people find it very funny, and I find it very, very funny. And I'd love to hear that joke over and over again. So, are we going to have a ballot to determine what is funny or what is not funny? No joke is ever guaranteed to be funny. But once it's out there, some people find it funny and some people don't find it funny. So should we cancel jokes on the basis that some people do not find it funny? Even the funniest of jokes, there is never a unanimous decision. There is never unanimous humor. So why should Trevor feel bad for a joke he made just because some people with no sense of humor at all do not find it funny?
Say something is not really funny. This is the way some people don't like
Indian
Indian food.
Okay, let me give you an example. We have a very well-established black comedian in Britain called Lenny Henry.
Yes.
And he has said that he regrets doing that kind of joke where he said he would wipe his sweating brow and say, I'm leaking chocolate.
But that's different.
Well, it's not. It's using chocolate, isn't it?
But that is different.
Well,
the Swiss love chocolates.
So, even that joke is not even offensive. He was licking chocolate, so what? Where's the harm in that? Where is the bad angle in that? Where is the bad part of that joke? People can't be funny? Oh, goodness.
Is not a term that is
you're referring to your mother's skin color as chocolate. What he says.
Yes, because my mom is.
How pejorative is that? Where is the ill intent in that? People love chocolates. Chocolate's bad now because they're brown or they're dark.
Proud to be dark, beautiful chocolate. Yeah. That's what she's saying. Well, and this is, in the book I talk about this as well. I go, I saw people and race as chocolates.
I wouldn't use that. I'm that color, and I wouldn't say that.
Listen, when I grew up, I believed that all people were chocolates. My mom was dark chocolate, my dad was white chocolate, and I was milk chocolate. So I see all people. So you see
that as funny, but do you not realize that some people might not like that? And Lenny,
I don't only see that as funny, it also makes sense, showing that basically humans are the same. The basic essence is that humans are the same. But are you even denying the fact that people come in different shades? You, the BBC journalist, are you denying the fact that people come in different shades of color? So it seems that you are living in a world that is not reality. So when someone makes a joke and say, yeah, we're all different shades of chocolate. Chocolate is good. Chocolate is something that almost everybody likes. I don't like chocolate, but I think almost everybody likes chocolate. In fact, I don't like chocolate. So should chocolate be offensive because I don't like chocolate? Should chocolate be banned because, yeah, you found one person that doesn't like chocolate? Goodness.
Henry went on to say that joke about how he was leaking chocolate. He says, I knew there had to be a better way of trying to put the message over, putting your jokes over without having to pick on people because of their colour or because of their race.
How is that joke picking on anybody? How exactly is that picking on any? So any reference to black, any reference to brown has to be pejorative, has to be picking on someone. How does that joke say, oh, I'm licking chocolates? How does it harm black people? The person who made the joke is a black person, and he understood the context in which he was making that joke, and the joke was funny. And then we find people soulless, funnyless people like this journalist trying to censor what the joke is.
Yes, but
His view is different from yours.
because he's Lenny Henry and I'm Trevor Noah.
Yeah, but he's black.
Yes, but he was talking about leaking chocolate, implying that his skin color was not something that belonged to him. That is a different joke.
He's
that is
just
a
trying
different
to say
idea.
that his skin color is chocolate.
No.
You're splitting hairs here.
No, but that is exactly what we should be doing, because what you're doing is creating.
I'm not sure I
you're
would.
creating
I'm not
racial
sure
jokes.
I would say.
No, you're creating
what you said.
monoliths. You're creating monoliths of jokes, and that's not fair to do. Every single joke has a context. Every single joke comes from a place. The most important thing with comedy is context. Without context, no conversation is complete. Without context, no communication can
But somebody
truly
could
appreciate
take
it.
that out of context.
Yeah,
and
you've
so
said it.
I'm putting it to
So what? If someone takes it out of context, now is it the burden of the comedian? People take things out of context all the time. By this stupid logic of this woman, nobody should be allowed to say anything because anybody can take it out of context. Goodness. You know, in this interview, Trevor was very patient, and I don't think I would be this patient with this level of stupidity, because it would literally make my brain explode. And if I was the one, I'd just simply walk out, because she isn't even trying to understand where he's coming from. She isn't understanding his position. You just come with a very dogmatic position and you want to impose it, and you want him to admit that he's wrong. You want him to say, I'm sorry about the jokes I said, about the jokes I made. There is no negotiation with these people. There is no, you have to bow down. This is not some sort of idea imperialism where every other idea has to be subordinate to your idea or your worldview. There is no diversity of thought. There's no diversity of ideas. Just one very boring particular idea that's terrible and bad. Goodness.
you then. Are you not, given what Lenny Henry said, are you not guilty perhaps with some of your routines or a joke like that, reinforcing prejudices and promoting stereotypes in the minds of people who may be inclined to think like that, and then they'll think, oh, Trevor Noah says his mother's chocolate, I'm going to go around saying that to my black friends, and they might take offence.
Yeah, if they take offense, they take offense. That's their business. If someone comes and says, I'm chocolate, I look like dark chocolate, and he says it looks like white chocolate, how is that offensive? How is that oppressive? How does that make me feel any less of a human being? How is that pejorative? How is that bad? People can't have conversations. Oh, goodness.
You could be reinforcing prejudice.
You could be doing anything if you are not doing the opposites. How your action is implied does not define what you were doing.
Okay, let's look at another aspect of race. You moved just a few years ago to the United States. Your routine as a comedian often mimicked Africans and also African Americans. And about African Americans, you have said this: you are not African, but we play along. It's a very loose term, African American, because half the time you use it for people who aren't even African. As long as you're black, they say African American.
I didn't deliver it like that. You're not doing my jokes justice.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm not Trevor Noah and I'm not a comedian.
No,
Yeah,
but you see,
she's very
that's...
comedian.
But
I'm just asking,
Yeah, you're right. You're not a comedian and you have no sense of humor.
they not African American?
Here's what you're missing. What you're doing right now is the equivalent of me saying, now it's raining more than ever. I'll be here with you forever. You can always be my friend, standing under my umbrella. Ella, 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 A, Ella, 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 A. I seem like a mad person right now because I'm not doing everything that was within the context of the song Umbrella by Rihanna. When you were doing comedy merely by words, I spoke it. My eyes, my voice, my connection with an audience is completely different. People can see when you are being playful. People can see when you are saying
So
something.
you're being playful about that.
That you don't believe. That is what satire is, though.
Fine.
You're poking holes.
So
You're asking if a comedian making a joke was being playful about his jokes. No, he was serious. He was serious. He was textbook serious. He was going to the moon serious. You're asking a comedian making a joke if he was being playful. So he has to come out and say, this next joke I'm going to make, don't take it very seriously. I'm being playful. But this one is serious. So he has to give a caveat every time he tells a joke. Goodness.
So in
so
that,
you don't believe what you say.
No. What you're leaving out in that whole joke is what I was talking about was how in America, Anglo-Saxons had successfully removed Americanisms from minorities. So every single group in America had an identity attached to the Americanness except white Americans. So it's African American, Asian American, Hispanic American, Latin American, Native American.
Well, you have Irish Americans,
No, but that.
Why does it have to take someone from the outside to even make Americans see the problem in this sort of classification? Because every other person has a prefix to their identity, but just white people do not have any prefix to their identity, suggesting that white people are the Americans. Every other person is a this American, that American, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, but white people are just simply white. And you don't seem to find a problem with that. And when someone points it out, that person is attacked as the problem. So you get white people to convince you that they are Americans, but people of other ethnicities, people of other races they're not full Americans. They are this American, that American. And I heard that joke when Trevor made that joke, and it made a lot of sense. And it's something that I'd actually thought about for a very long time too. I was like, why is everybody's identity prefixed in America but white people? White people are just simply American. Why is that so? Every other person not just as American as the white people. So why are they not called Anglo-American? Why are they not called Euro-American? They're just simply American or white. And this woman seems to have no problem with that. See, she doesn't seem to have any problem with the fact that probably such sorts of classifications, such sets of distinctions have racist and racialist backgrounds that are being perpetuated by people today, and just feel that it's okay to have such descriptions. Goodness.